So within saying this, once we can start to access the heart's sense of truth, because it's essentially the heart is just you could say, a signal. It's just a radio signal. And whether that radio or that antenna is working, because the antenna isn't an antenna, it is the antenna. It's infinite, it's the manifestation of creation. The heart is our true originality, or at least it's what we can connect to our true originality from. Our heart, it's everything to us. Our mind is supremely limited and programmed. Yet, when we can connect to our heart and we can start to activate our heart and activate our heart, it starts to send out messages and communications within this cosmological delusion that we think planet Earth is. If we think of planet Earth as an electrical some electrical magnetic concoction, there's so much energy everywhere, and it's all a matter of activating the heart. And when the heart starts to activate and starts to turn on, then what happens is, generally speaking, we start to transmit a certain frequency from the heart, which then gets it gets intercepted, or the moral of the story here is that when we start to activate our heart, things start to be able to flow into communication with us. Things start to, and the only thing that's stopping that communication is the mind. The mind is, in essence, the force which is stopping that transmission from being. Because what you can do is, if the mind can stop that, it can provide its own communication system. Hence, mind control. When the heart is trying to transmit a signal and it's only transmitting a signal within this body or this energy field, well, then the mind can essentially use that magnetic field for a sense of for a fuel source. If we're not expressing this energy or this energy field greater than ourselves, and it's just keeping in an isolated tank, for example, an isolated tank, just our body's magnetic field. And then when we go into states of suffering and states of depletion, awarenesses of suffering and depletion, that frequency, that love that we truly are, that essence of divine supremacy or infinite reality, because we need to understand that the infinite possibilities of our heart has a magnetical, it's extremely, you could say, it's supreme, it's divine. And if you can put someone in a state of suffering and go against their true, it's like taking a fire and putting a whole heap of water on it. It's going to produce a lot of steam. What goes on with that steam, Well, we can harness that steam and we can use it to do things, Or when, you take something that's frozen, supremely frozen, and you pour hot water on it, and then it melts, it changes form. There's no difference to us. You can refer this to anything, by the way, when you take something that goes against its true nature. What happens to us when we are innocence, we are love, we are happiness? Look at children. We're infinite possibilities. We're infinite manifestations of love.